Ansari, you're online now. You can share your screen.
All right, I'm there. Okay, perfect. Okay, because am I visible? My screen is there.
Visible, audible, all good.
Perfect.
Please.
Okay, all right, good. Hey, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Vikas. Thanks, Google. And then I like the poll, by the way. The poll was pretty interesting. And that's what exactly I expected. Everybody's going to talk about OCR or probably IDP, not every terms. It's very interesting. Um, so today, I'm going to talk more about IDP, the past, present, and future, right? Um, Google talked about the last 5 years, how Botminds evolved. And it's not Botminds, or it's not about the technology in the last 5 years, right? Think about the word IDP, intelligent document processing. This problem is not last 5 years or 10 years problem. This is a quest for last 300 years. You won't believe it. The day when we have the printing technology, right? We started having a documents, like a lot of documents, print the documents, right? Now, there was a scientist, physicist, everyone have this, they have the wish that, hey, do I have any magic tool that I can summarize all the documents? But those days it's just a printer, paper documents, right? Can you make it searchable? Imagine, like you all probably know the Kepler's physicist. He was like doing a variety of research by looking at all the documents by previous physicists. I always wish that, hey, I have a time machine. I go back and I give this IDP tool to Kepler, right? It's going to be cool. Anyway, so now that's not a problem like last 5 years, 10 years, 300 years. It's always a course that how, as a humanity, we can summarize all those documents and make it searchable. It's pretty interesting problem. At the same time, last 30 years, the problem become much bigger, much bigger. Why? We invented a PDF documents, Word documents, they'll become a digital documents now. And what is the speed, the rate of more documents? It's exponentially more, and it become billions and trillions. Do you know how many web pages we are having today? Every year we have a trillion web pages. By the way, I consider web pages also as documents. Now, the last 30 years, it's a different world right now. We are doing a varieties of research on how to put a AI and build an intelligence to capture varieties of information from documents and web pages. Me personally, I was writing coding like 20 years ago, and that's how, as a fresher, I just got in the industry. My first problem was, hey, here's a 100-year-old newspaper. Can you digitalize? Can you pull all the data out of it? It looked pretty interesting. My background was AI, so I thought, oh, I can do that. It's not an easy problem. It's a complex problem. So the last 20 years, I'm into this in this space, looking at this problem in a variety of angles, how to solve this. It's not for like one company, one industry. It's going to push the whole humanity to the next level. Now, with that big picture, right, the IDP, intelligent document processing, not about just a small problems, it's complex, and it's also going to change the way how we are going to live and accelerate this growth, even in our economy. I'll come to that. Now, with that, we'll talk about the past, the present, and the future of IDP, right? Look at the past. What are the things done and dusted completely? Now, once we have all the varieties of documents, we had this problem called digitization. How do I digitize it? How do I digitalize it? The OCR, we invented OCR as an industry and we solved it. Now, any document you have, it always can be OCR done and you can capture the text out of it. That's completely solved. Large scale document management done. We have varieties of products, including SharePoint and many products. You can put all the documents and manage them. And then what else we did? We also solved the basic data capture. Without AI, right? Like 20 years ago, we applied a rule based. Hey, how do I get the email ID out of it? Or driver license number out of it, right? We can apply varieties of logics, a simple rule based logic. So we capture all the information. So that part was done. And also we enable a basic search because once you have a scanned document, once you have digitalized, yeah, it's pretty easy to do a search, a basic search. That was done. Now, now, what is the next step, right? The current state of IDP. Let's go to the current state. So that's the past. It's all done. It's dusted. It's pretty clean now. Is it all problem solved? Not really. Why? Because we can capture only very minimal basic data out of it. What we need is that a more insights out of the documents, right? How do I classify those documents? How do I route a varieties of customer compliance to the right compartment, right department? And And not only that, knowledge intensive document. Think about like 100-page, 1,000-page legal healthcare documents. How do we capture all those data? It's not easy. Your rule base cannot help, right? That's where we got a new threat, AI. AI was like last 20 years, AI was there, particularly the last 10 years. There's a lot of breakthrough in terms of document understanding, document AI, and then NLP and the language model. It's pretty exciting thing going on. Now, with those AI stuff, what we did is that what we are doing, actually, what we did is past probably, what we are doing is how do we capture all that necessary information? And that's the AI enabled extraction. How do we classify all the documents, paragraphs, and tables, and cells, and everything? And that's the one part we are doing right now. And again, we are good as an industry. We are all really doing good, right? And then also this comes to the data quality side, that we also invented a brand new concept called human in the loop. What does that mean? Like when the data getting captured, how as a human can validate, review it. Here the word human could be anybody, like let's say doctors or reviewers or or anyone, right? Those folks can validate those data for multiple reasons. One, data compliance, data quality. In healthcare, even though AI gives 100%, you cannot go with that, right? Healthcare has very strong regulation. So you're as part of the compliance, you need to validate it, data quality. And also, more important, when you validate that information, feed back to the AI and the AI model getting improved. So that's a brand new invention. We got it. It's beautiful now, right? So far, if you look at it, a lot of intelligent automation plus IDP products have this all the things ready, and now any complex documents you can process. So far we are good, right? Now, where are we going? What's the next? Are we done? Problem solved? Absolutely no. There are much more problem there, and that's what we want to talk about in the future of IDP. Now, now we talked about a capture. Capturing information is not the right way to do. There is a better way to do. Think about the documents. What is documents? The documents are basically, yeah, human friendly, because we created those documents for a human readability purpose. So we put out all the elements and visual elements so that the humans can read it nice and clean. The tables, just for human eyes, not for the machine though. The machine cannot understand the tables when you put it in the PDF or any documents. Now, what we need is that we convert those documents into a machine friendly documents. And not only that, you add a AI layer on it. Like if you look at the documents today, it's just a document, a PDF or Word or web page. But what we need is like we need to introduce a AI layer so that you make the document smart. I mean, think about it. That's exactly important. Imagine millions of documents or thousands of documents you have in your enterprises or even in your personal folder anywhere. Imagine if those documents have a life in it, life in it. Now they can talk to you, right? And that's what we want to do. So we need to make every document smart. So let's say there's a change in the document, or the document connects to the database, pull the information, say, oh, something has changed, and then it alerts you, right? And that's the smart document, and that's what we were moving on. It's not about just, hey, I took a document, I captured and throw away the document. No, you take the document, you put a AI layer and create a life to it, and that's where we are moving to a ITP 2.1. Now, let's say you make the smart document smart. What it enables is search. Search, everything, every problem can be further turned into a search problem in this world, right? Search is always there. And we search. Imagine a situation that you search with one click or with a voice command, you get it whatever you want in your life. It's like beautiful, right? And that search now is getting better. Why? Because of the AI. And the brand new AI, like language model, GPT-3, and all those things coming nice and clean. Today, we can enable a perfect search, not a basic search, a semantic search, a Boolean search, a synonym search. And not only that, a question answering, a natural search. You can ask the question, hey, show me all the documents where the contract value is about 10K. Yeah, get all the documents, right? That is a power. And not only that, we can get a varieties of views out of it. So this is what it will get enabled if you build a search on top of IDP. So that will also show you in a coming talk. There are some demos there. Now, when you have this, what's the next step? Analytics. Now, once you have all the data, structured data, the search data, and everything is there, you can take those data and do varieties of predictive analytics. You imagine now all end of the day everything's right now analytics, predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics. You put the data into the AI, varieties of AI models can be built. Also, you can build an insights and dashboards so that you can help your leaders in your company, right? So that's a analysis. The last but not least, automate. But what do you mean? What do we mean by automate here? Once the document becomes smart, it is no more just an idle static document. It has a life in it. Now, what happens? It can start talking, as I said, right? Now it can alert you. It can pull the respective turn of the document from somewhere else. It can reconcile itself. It can derive insights out of it. All of those things can be automated end to end. So there was a one of the use case that there is a risk document, tender document, for example, 1,000-page tender document. It comes in. The tender team doesn't need to look at it at all. The machine automatically reads, understands, and then if there is a risk in it, it automatically alerts to the risk manager. Think about that. It's so beautiful, right? And that's the automation. So now think about it. This IDP 2.0, 4 models, super important: capture, search, analyze, automate. And that's what we or the industry is moving forward on this IDP 2.0. This is how the future gonna be. Once we build all of them and nice and clean, integrated vertically, and that's gonna change a lot. Now, having all of this, what's gonna impact? What's the impact for the industry, economy? IDP 2.0 is gonna fuel the data economy. Now, today, the economy is right now data economy, right? Like meaning the data is oil today. We can build a varieties of automation, intelligence, and things on today with the data. Now, once you generate the data, as I said initially, there is a trillion web pages every year. There are billions of documents, private and public documents, all around the world organization. Once you unleash them, all the data coming out, what's going to happen? You would literally fuel the data economy. You're going to build varieties of modeling and analytics and everything. That leads to growth. That's all we want end of the day. Accelerated growth. And when we accelerate growth, the humanity go to the next stage, right? So that's all we want end of the day. So the IDP 2.0, in my perspective, I believe really this is the holy grail. This is going to change the economy in the coming decades and coming years. We're all going to have a much, much better life. So with that, I conclude. And again, thank you so much. I will come back again for another talk. And right now, I'll close this. Thank you, everyone. Again, Vikas, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ansari. Thanks for that insight. Data is definitely the new oil, and you've covered a lot of ground with the IDP 2.0. Thank you very much. We'll just take a quick 3-second break, and we'll go ahead and start.